Start rolling. I'm standing here. Never trusted people because I've seen a lot of shit. Fuck the chick with a man, so I cannot trust a bitch. Tired of people telling me, Ficz man, you're just a kid, and why is it in my ears so I know what it really is.
The question is, can you handle your mind? Can you manage the thoughts and the emotions that are trying to poison your progress?
The first time I guess I ever went, I moved to England. Yeah, well, I was still very young, and at that time we had moved to Leicester. That's when I started going to this one school called English Martyrs, like it was like a performing arts school and so forth. So I remember the first day I got to school, I met my friend, the first friend out of the whole entire group. His name was Jack O'Brien. So Jack O'Brien obviously, like, he asked me, okay, like, what's your name? Yeah, well, so I'm like, okay, no, my name is obviously Mr. Luffy. And he's like, okay, now obviously I'm in a country where people, they don't know how to say and all that stuff, yeah, well. So now, okay, to them, my name was Mr. Lufika, yeah, well. So nicknames are a thing that are very simple that side. So he basically just decided to say, okay, I'm gonna call you Ficz, yeah, well. And then, yeah, Ficz. So it just basically ran like that. And then obviously continuing on from there, like Ficz began to develop his own sense of being. Because, well, like, I'd say similar to the movie Fight Club, Ficz is like, he's like my Tyler Durden, you know? He's the type of guy that's who I want to be, you know what I'm saying, me personally. So then now when I become him, it's like, I'd say like the ultimate version of Umisel in its totality for when it comes to every aspect you can think of a human being, like the overconfidence, you know, no fear, like just being an adrenaline junkie, all that stuff there with just life, wanting to take life with both hands, that's Ficz. And then Umisel was more of the reserved, let me like chill, see how things are, like plan it out properly. So then the two of them, they exist as a balance within myself. Yeah, well, because now it's like on days when I need that courage, when I need that confidence, I become Ficz. Yeah, and then on days when I need to relax, that's when Mr. was like, hey, you know, calm down, bro, like see the situation for what it is. So yeah, that's how it came about basically.
Your progress. Forget managing the situation. Manage your mind.
I remember like this, as I said, it was 2018, we were making the mixtape State of Mind. And at that time, we were just, it was even me and Narcos' first ever experience. Narcos is obviously the guy that I started off this whole musical journey with in terms of creating music. So it's our first ever project. And I remember I came out from a night out in Durban with one of my friends. I was out here doing our thing, it's all life, is cool. And then it was right about 6 o'clock in the morning. I was with Narcos, I was with France. And, you know, we're coming into this game where we know, like, okay, we have an idea that we have something and we can do something with this. But there's so many people around us, either older than us or people that are more experienced in the game, that are like, nah, you guys are still young. Because at the time we were like, what, like 19 at the time, you know? Like, you guys are still young, 1, 2, 1, 2, you guys don't know 1, 2. So writing Alter Ego for me was basically a statement of knowing who we are in the game, knowing that where we want to go, understanding that our age doesn't limit us to being the people that we know we're going to become. And it was just basically like a kind fuck you to everyone.
Look, I've been asked a lot of questions by my alter ego.
I umbrella my emotions, man, that's just gazebo. I was never that guy to be dressed in chinos.
Rubber gold chains, watches dripping in Moschino.
The footprint I want to leave on the game is like empowering and elevating so many other people through my work, through my gift, through my music, and through everything that I'm basically trying to accomplish. It's just not about me. You know what I'm saying? The fans, I appreciate them because they're the people that help this whole idea of mine grow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like kind of saying, guys, we're all riding the same boat, and I may be the captain of a very large ship, you know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to accomplish so many things, but everyone, even the person that while he's skipping through DSTV and he sees my music video and he decides to watch it, you play an important role, as important as the role that I play in the organization. So it's just about basically going through this whole entire journey with everyone, not only just myself, you know? It's an experience for us all.
And that's just how I was raised. Mama tried it different ways. It was hard growing up. I saw life in different shades. I live life in different ways. Always move from place to place. So
I feel like it's very important. You need someone who's gonna show you the way. It's like, as they say, like, it's very rare that you get a person who can actually do it off the first time, you know? It's just like you're trying to pick up a basketball, you're trying to shoot to the net. Is off your first time picking up the ball, there's only like 1 in 10 people that will get it first time perfectly every single time. So everyone needs someone who's gonna guide them, who's gonna mentor them, who's gonna basically not allow them to make the same mistakes that they made, you know? So that progression happens quicker. Everyone within themselves as survival instincts, in my opinion, we all have it in us. Like, I feel like I have it in myself to, regardless of role models or people that I look up to, there's a sense of hunger that I have within myself of accomplishment. And so at the end of the day, it's all up to you to make your own assumptions of what you perceive as reality, what you want your reality to be. You know, I can understand life from someone, let's say, who's been in the army and gain some knowledge from him, but I wouldn't have to live my life according to his knowledge because now it may not apply all the way to me, you know? So I've always just seen that take what you can from everyone, see what you can learn from people, and then allow yourself to be like a combination of so many things, so you're like an ultimate weapon. You know, you're versed everywhere. Instead of now just tackling it all by yourself, it's gonna take time. You know, people help you along the way. So it's very important to have someone who can, and that person as well has to be true to their nature, you know? Because a lot of people now, they look towards young people wanting to not necessarily mentor them, but capitalize on them, you know? And that's the thing now, that it's so easy for you to be someone older than me, bigger than me, more experienced than me. Now you're gonna promise me the world and everything, and then you don't deliver. So many people now fall into that thing of, let me do it by myself. But I'd rather say, if you can have a good combination of experience plus young, fresh talent, it's the deadliest combination, in my opinion.
But I ain't backing down. Rocky in the second round, so kings can lose their heads, my flows can sever crowns. We don't watch what you do. I know some niggas on juju. Hit your family with that voodoo. Blue cool.
Yo, I'll tell the kids straight, like, go, do it. You got an idea, you got a passion. Don't wait for validation from other people. Don't wait to be told, like, nah, bro, like, do it like this or do it like this, or constantly seek approval, even from people who are more experienced than you. Like, if you play soccer, if you dance, whatever, have people to look up to. But as they say, like, your idols one day should become your rivals, you know? You should work towards being like them. So within that, if I knew like so many things that I know now, like then when I was younger, as you said, like if a kid come up to me and I'd literally say, yo, I wish I could have just did everything that I wanted to do without having to say, what does the next person think? Because God didn't give us the same vision. So we were not gonna see things with the same eyes, you feel me? So not everyone's gonna understand where you're trying to go, you know? And at the same time, people like, you know, your fear of rejection, your fear of impressing people, let go of that, you know? Don't worry like, okay, is it dope? If you like honestly feel like whatever you're doing is dope, like you feel like your music is dope, your art is dope, your videos are dope, if you just feel like you have a talent, express it. Don't seek validation, don't seek approval. Just go for it, and you know to yourself that your own consistency, your own work ethic, that determines your results. So just be consistent. Treat that shit like you want to breathe, like you want to eat, like you want to sleep. You got to be hungry 110%. And honestly, if I knew literally 2 years ago, like this, if I had this mentality that I have now, 2 years ago when I was like 21, then I would have been putting in so much more work. So while you're young and you have all that time, especially you have time on your hands when you're young, make the most of it. Create what you got to create. And in the future, like you got to feel like, you got to be like Da Vinci. When Da Vinci painted the Mona Lisa, in the first people that saw that picture thought it was ugly. 50 years later, even till today, it's one of the most famous pictures in history. So ask yourself, do you want to be forever or do you want to be a trend? That's the question I'd ask the kid.
Nigga on the come up, but it ain't easy. Other rappers know I'm better, act like they don't see me. I don't need these fake niggas, man, they fucking need me. Ain't shaking hands with snakes no more, that begging shit beneath me. Now I see better, man, this shit is getting clearer. Every step I take to the top is getting nearer. So my story's far from over, I already told ya, but I'll remind you when it's over.